'Tis the season for the Prime Time Kings. Yes, it's Sunday Fun Day with the ever-powerful mighty power himself, 24/7 Fusion Media, the ever-mysterious vigilante Williamson, and your humble announcer, Baron Orman Tang. That's me. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're going to be talking about some good stuff today. So welcome to the Prime Time Kings.
Man, that's a hell of an intro. Vigilante Wiz here on another episode of the Primetime Kings. And of course, as Barrett just told you, joined by my partners in Primetime King and 24/7 Fusion Media and Baron Orman Tag.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Interesting stuff, man. Yeah.
I tell you what, man, just to hear Baron started off and then you do your intro. I love that shit, man. Some good stuff, man. Good stuff, man. Yeah, I shit, man. You know, I love hearing that shit, man. So appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, man.
Appreciate
shit,
you, man.
Makes it so much
man.
professional.
You know it, man. I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm just happy to be here. Like to say, what's up to everybody in the chat. We got 3 folks just start. Yeah, everybody just came on in. Sentient Dildo, Sup Oppressors. What's up, Sentient? We missed you, bro.
Where the hell have you been?
Yeah, man. You know what, Sentient? Shit. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, Sentient. You know it's real as fuck, man. When people really miss you, man. Like like all bullshit aside. Yeah, you know, Sentient's a great guy, man, and we love him over here, man. So just wanted to let you know, man. Like, hey, man. Yo, we missed you, man. We're glad to have you here, man. Shit, you know it, man. Yeah, man, because we was wondering what happened to you last week, man, and I think maybe the week before too, man. So it's good to see you back, man. Hopefully everything's good with you, man.
Yeah, man. And then you weren't maybe you didn't see him yesterday.
My man, roll tight, bro.
Lord Thoth, another person.
Nah, hell yeah, man.
Keely Chow. What's going on with Keely Chow?
The long suffering Miss Tag, yeah. There we go.
Yeah,
man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Booty.
Lord Thoth, my man. What you say, man? What you say, Baron?
I have to behave now.
Oh, I got you. Nothing wrong with that. Lord Thoth, my brother, how's it going, man? Great to have you here, man. Hopefully everything's good with y'all. Man, everybody saying what's up to each other. And yeah, man. Shit, hopefully everybody in the chat's doing good. We were talking for a few minutes behind the scenes, but I didn't even ask people come with that, hey guys, how you doing? Knowing they just asked them that like 5 minutes ago and shit behind the scenes, but I really didn't ask them, how they were doing. So I'm really gonna ask them, yeah, man, how y'all doing, man, for real.
Yeah. Finch, you go first.
Geez, no. Well, because I am kind of in a place, man. I'm doing pretty good. But with my channel, man, I'm thinking of really scaling back the stuff. I'm really just thinking about. I'm going to do the 100th episode of Vigilante Williamson Show this week, and after
what day?
Probably Tuesday. It's
what
nothing
time?
Special planned. 10 o'clock Central estimate because they just random pop-ups around there.
Can I join you?
Yeah, if you're up and you want to, yes, anyone's welcome.
I'm up.
What day was that?
I'm up.
Tuesday
night, 10 o'clock.
Tuesday night, 10 o'clock. I'd
like to crawl in if you want me.
So yeah. Maybe I should. I didn't even think to do an invitation because I was like, "There's nothing special."
Yeah, well.
So maybe I should tell some other people, "Hey, yeah, this is it." Because I've done.
Yeah, it's the 100th episode, man. It's a good yeah, it's a good landmark, man. And you know, a lot of people they don't even make it past 5 or 10, dog. So
Yeah.
that's 100 is good shit. Yeah, man, I'd love to be there, man. Thank you
Good night.
for the invitation.
Yeah. Tuesday night. Yeah, I didn't even think anyone would show up. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I did 100
I'll be
episodes.
there.
Really, it should have happened last year, but I took a break from the show for a long time and then caught up recently. So we had 100.
Oh yeah.
It was, I mean, and also a lot of those episodes because it was a daily show for a good portion. And I used to do it daily. And then
Oh yeah, I remember all that. I was there.
Yep, yeah, you were there.
Yeah,
you were there.
I
yeah.
I was there. Yeah. I loved it. That shit.
Rob or the Wake Down, he helped me with that. It would never have happened without him. I see him back around. I don't know if he'll show up today, but there was never been a Vigilante Way.
Yeah, hopefully
never
does,
had 100
man.
episodes without him because most of those was him helping through. So it's cool. And so at this point, man, I'm at a point where I don't know what I want to talk about. I do like doing this show, man, because I feel like this is a more earnest view of entertainment. It's kind of morphed. You know, we didn't know what we were doing when we started, but it's kind of morphed into like a more earnest, like, okay, here's some cool stuff, here's some modern stuff. We do got to sometimes talk about some of the dumb stuff they're doing. Like there's a couple articles, we got to do. But we also talk about some of the interesting stuff that may happen, some of the stuff in the past. It's like, okay, I can deal with this. I don't know if I can deal with anything else, man. I don't really care about a lot of this stuff. Culture wise, but there's some interesting stuff. You know, even my brothers texted me about this Marvel Suns game. And
I mean that's
Midnight Suns.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff to with that also. I mean, you know what, we'll throw that one in there too. So we'll definitely
talk about that later.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I'm looking at the chat, man. Kitty Child says roll tight. Lord Thought says he's in a comic auction. So a bit AFK. What's AFK?
Away from keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh, away from keyboard. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, that's what's up. Hey, man. Yeah. Lord Thoth, man, you should have told me about that auction, man. I could have. Hey. Lord Thoth, you need to talk to me, man. For real, man. Lord Thoth says always a pleasure, bro. Yeah, man. You know we love you over here, man. Thank you. And he also says congrats at 100, Vigilante. Yeah. So yeah, man. And
appreciate it.
I'd like to give a shout out to my little sister, Rochelle. Thank you for being here. Yeah.
Hello again. Yeah.
You know, thank you. You know, she's fucking awesome, man. Love you, girl. Thank you. She's
against me.
So I see that Cynthia says he didn't miss us because he was with a girl with a U. You know what what it means when there's a U in there? It means that's not a real girl. It's a girl with a bow toy. Yeah.
Oh man.
Interesting. Yeah. Lord Thought says, "Don't need you betting against me." Nah, man. I was talking about helping you, man. I wouldn't. Nah, because I'm a monster. Look, man. When it comes to the auctions, oh my goodness, I come from the bowels of the bottom of whatever the fucking. I just come fucking at the last second, fucking. I clinch that shit. Jaws of life. Just
You one of those auction snipers.
I'll be
that point 001.
Yeah, he's been coaching me about auctions. Trust me, I know all about it. He coached me, man.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of shit, man. Like, you know, when it comes to like auctioning for comics, man, and you know, you have a lot of people that they sleep on that shit, bro. Like especially like if an auction's going on for a few days, and you know, depending on what time the auction ends, you don't even have the person there present. Like you have people that'll place bids and just wait for that bitch to end instead of seeing if they really want it. I'm watching. I'm sitting there watching that bitch go to 0-0 when the time runs out. And 1 second before that bitch go, I'm fucking jacking the fucking price, and I'm fucking, like I said, man, I'm swooping up and I'm pulling that bitch out of whoever's clutches. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming in like a hawk.
I hate eBay now because I always get got like that. I've gotten got on so many things like that.
Mm-hmm.
man.
Yeah, man. I mean, and that's the shit that like all those unboxings and all those comic books I was showing off, man. I was killing it. And if you'd have seen how much I was getting at, dude, I was getting like fucking original Green Hal Jordan Green Lantern comics. I'm talking about from under issue 100. Like I'm getting like issues like in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, and I'm getting those for like $1.50 in mint condition. So dude, I had built up. I built up so much. I built up my comic book collection to the point where I think the worth of my comic book collection probably tripled or quadrupled, man. When I started, when I was doing those auctions and dude, I ended up getting so much shit. And and I mean, I was spending little money. I was getting so much for nothing, and I was killing it, man. Dude, there's no better way to collect than fucking getting comic books that you've seen in your comic book store, like sitting in the walls. Each issue's going for like $70, $80, $100, and then you sitting there looking at that shit as a little kid, looking like, dude, I can barely fucking buy a comic book for $1. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna afford that. And then all of a sudden, years later, you're a grown man trying to figure out how to. You're looking at the shit and you seeing, damn, these comic books that I used to look at, and of course it's the pandemic, businesses are shutting down, and I mean it was a great time to fucking take advantage of everybody that had to shut down their comic book store and fucking sell it, sell all their shit out of their own house. Everybody had to go to the internet to sell their shit, and they couldn't sit there and sell it for full price like if they were back at their comic book store, because nobody would buy that shit. They needed to move it because look, rent was going up. People were dying left and right. People were sick. It was all kind of shit going on with the pandemic. People were losing jobs. Businesses were shutting down. So it was like if it wasn't your own business, it was the business you were working for. And it's like, dude, there was layoffs. There was all kind of shit happening. And the thing is, unemployment and everything else went up, and government were paying. They were paying. I was having some unemployment money. And I was like, look, I could just take $20 and get fucking comic books from Silver Age and all this other shit. Dude, I was killing it, man. I ended up getting like autograph Teen Titans #1, George Perez, autograph comics. Dude, yeah, man, I ended up getting a bunch of shit, dude. I got some of the greatest comic book artists of all times fucking got their autographs. I got a bunch of shit, man. I have like a bunch of like autographed pictures that I gotten for cheap. Like I got like Al Bundy's, man, Flash Gordon. Like, dude, I got, Tim Allen. Dog, I got a bunch of shit, man, and didn't pay nothing for it, man. So it's like I built up so much, and dog, it was just the way to go, man.
Lord Foss is getting ready to put the beds out for that Action Comics #1.
Oh yeah, he definitely would have to sell. He would have to sell his whole Green Lantern collection for that shit. Yeah, he's like,
hey, but he got a retirement asset.
Yeah, I bet he does, man.
He quit the force. You know what I'm saying? On that moment.
Since you said it's a feds only auction. Oh, okay, all right. And he said it is. Oh. Otar says, I like being there, man. That's half the fun. Oh, so he's at the auction. I do that shit online. So he's at the spot. Since you said,
that's probably smoother because there's no one else competing but the people there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sentient was like asset seizure auction. Ain't that some shit? Lord Thoth says, I've been there too, yup. Since he said Thoth is been for some poor weed dealers comic books. Wouldn't that be some cool shit? I got a few prizes for pennies, dude. I bet you have, man. Holy shit, I bet you have. Damn, man.
Yeah, I think he probably Fetty dealers. I don't feel too bad. Because, weed's barely a crime here now. So if he lost his comic books, he was probably doing something a little harder. So who knows? Who knows?
Holy shit. Where's the evidence, bitch? Yo.
So yeah, he's looking for the evidence.
Where's the photo evidence?
So,
The
yeah.
girl, what? Ascension.
This
Randomology.
Ditto slick response. Slick way out of it.
I'm telling you, man, he's slick as hell with that shit, man.
Oh yeah.
Hell, Zax. I see Zax in the chat. Appreciate you being here as well, man.
Zax, that's my man right there, man. Rochelle, you tripping? Oh shit. Oh yeah. You're married, Baron. Why would you want photos of my girl? Not cool, bro.
It's for evidence. Evidence.
There you
I
go.
told
What's
you
up,
slick,
Zach?
man.
What's shit?
We need evidence.
Tell you what, man. There you go. While we, we're about 15 minutes in, close to. Yeah. I tell you what, let's start off. Look, y'all. I know yesterday, if you guys haven't checked out any of my videos lately, yesterday I dropped a video about Easy Rider, and you guys know what Easy Rider is. It's one of the top 100 movies of all times. And it came out back in 1969, and the movie was created off of a $400,000 budget, and off of 400,000 they end up making 60 million. So just think, you make 60 million from 400,000 back in 1969, and that was the movie that also pushed Jack Nicholson, because he was just starting at that time. So it helped push him to the forefront. It was written by Dennis Hopper and Peter Fonda, directed by Dennis Hopper. And, Easy Rider, basically, it's a product of its time, man. So, I did a video on this, man, and my videos sometimes do well. Most of the times, it's 30 views, 40 views, being fucking honest, but this one went over 800. So last time I checked, about an hour ago, it was like at 801, and I just dropped it yesterday. So basically, what that says is, and then I've read, so I have to reply to all the comments, but I've read some comments, and there's a lot of people that are very upset at the fact that this is happening, and no one's asking for this, man. No. So that's the crazy part about this. Zach says that Vigilante Williamson, we were streaming over each other last night, but I listened back. You're doing a complete retooling?
Yeah, probably am. So sorry. I'm sorry. I was just away from the keyboard. I just started sneezing and I had to get some tissue. So sorry about that. But I remember the premise of this article being Easy Rider. We talked a little bit about that pre-show. But as far as what Zach is saying, yeah, I think after the 100th episode, I'm gonna at least take a break from the Vigilante Williamson show and just probably just do pop-up gaming streams and kind of focus on other things. And not sure, I still do want to do this in the Culture Crime Fighters. But I don't know. I kind of just don't want to focus on a lot of these subjects all the time like I've been doing. So
I got you.
Yeah. So
I understand.
Sorry, I didn't want to hijack everything, but yeah, that is something I'm doing. And I mean, I took a break before, so that's kind of what this is. But just I'm still gonna be doing stuff.
Oh yeah,
not going away. It's just like those game. I did a bunch of gaming streams, and those have been like fun. So I'm just gonna. Plus, I've been meaning to play more video games in general. So it's kind of like a.
Yeah, you should, man. I'm waiting to see you. I'm waiting to see you kick some more ass, man. So let's.
There we go.
Well, yeah,
There you
I'm
go.
starting to do that now. Well, I haven't streamed any games, but I started playing that Fallout 4 in New Vegas.
Hey,
That's
wait,
fun.
hey, well, you know what? You should stream it so I can watch it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
stream, man.
I'm planning
man,
on
for
doing
real,
that
man.
here. Yeah. Well, and
Yeah,
I don't
'cause,
play on new. I don't play on easy mode. So,
There you
Oh,
go.
that's good to know. Yeah,
So-
yeah.
and
I'll be the first one to look at that, man. So
we
that's
do have a support group. Pacific 414 came up with it. It's if you know people who play on noob, friends don't let friends play on easy mode. Just 1-800-555 noob, and we'll take care of that situation. So it's a
There you
support
go.
group. So yeah, 1-800-555 noob. Friends don't let friends play on easy mode, even if they use excuses as for story progression. No.
Yeah. Say, Zach, thank you, man, for the compliment, man. He said that was a good video 24. I appreciate that, man. Sentient says Easy Rider updated for modern audience.
He's
Trans
probably right.
POC through MAGA country. You know what,
Yeah.
man? It's funny that Sentient said that. There was a lot of people saying similar things
Mhm.
in the comment section of the video, man. A lot of people, like I say, a lot of people gave. I got about maybe 20 comments, man.
Mhm.
Which is maybe 19 or 18, 19 more comments than I normally would get on a video, man. So there's a lot of people very disgruntled about this shit. No, not one person was happy to hear what was going on with shit, man. He says
That just
Zach says
proves-
on electric scooters.
Of course, you guys you guys have the plot. It just shows that they do know what they're doing. They know exactly what the fuck they're doing because they picked what they when they pick these franchises to fuck with.
Right.
They're not doing. They are like scavengers who have so many corpses of other franchises. Like, who else can we prowl? Who else? And so now they're going after like Easy Rider is a one movie. That's it, right?
It's a one and done. Yeah.
One and done. Yeah. Don't
So
want to
that
ruin the ending.
Now that shows that's like they're going after everything. Now they're going after the one and dones. Not before they were going after established franchises that had multiple entries and multiple iterations. Now they're going off to like singular classics and singular
Right.
things to
it's like just think about this, man. You're going after Easy Rider, you're going after Metropolis, you're going after like real cult classic shit. And I mean, it looks like top 100 and the Film Institute of the top 100 films of all times, like because they have all the top directors sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
We talking Spielberg, Howard. We're talking, Lucas. We're talking all these motherfuckers. Scorsese, everybody. They sit there.
Coppola.
They fucking vote on these movies, man. And yeah, Coppola. I'm talking about all of them, bro. All the greats that are still alive. They sit there and they vote on all these movies, dude. And the thing is, Easy Rider is in the top 100, man. And the thing is, dude, are you talking? Think about the history of cinema. You know how many movies came out from the first fucking movie ever created, all the way like the first silent film, all the way to
hundreds
this
of
fucking
thousands,
day,
not millions.
where shit is dropping all the time. Whether it's shit in the theater, whether it's something on a streaming service, or something that goes straight to DVD or VHS or what the fuck. There's so much shit out there. We talking A-list movies, B movies, C movies, and you're talking about everything in between, from your Roger Cormans and motherfuckers that are just, you got every kind of director. You talking about Bollywood and everything else. You talking about, dude, everything combined. In the if you think about the history of cinema and all the movies ever put out, you talk about the top 100, and you got these fucking woke motherfuckers that are sitting here and they're picking movies from the top 100, and they're looking at it with today's eyes, and it's like they're looking at it with today's eyes, thinking that they can give a fresh overhaul on an old classic. What do y'all think about that shit, man?
Well, I mean, we were talking about it earlier today. That we know the playbook. We know the playbook now. Ever since 2020, 2021, we really see what you're doing with the playbook on Hollywood and how they just don't have uh, the imagination to come up with their own stuff and how they approach it, how they do the attacks. It's like we can just list off. Oh, they're redoing this film. It's going to be this, and you read the story. It's like, yep, exactly what we said it's going to be. So it's horrible because you're destroying classics. Well, you're not destroying it because a lot of these remakes are lost. I mean, really, honestly, when they redid Fright Night, how many people really reference that one? No, it's the original one that people always talk about, always remember, and which is a more recent film that they did this to. The Psycho, when they did a shot-for-shot remake of Psycho with Vince Vaughn and Anne Heche.
Vince Vaughn. I have that movie.
Yeah. And it's like, why did you need to do it? And how many people even know it even exists? Everyone always remembers the Anthony Perkins, Alfred Hitchcock one, with Mother. Oh my God, Mother, no. It's, we know the playbook and we know what's wrong with them. They have no, these are people that don't create, they destroy. And they go in there with their limited scope, their limited IQ, and vomit all over it with what they think it should be. And what was being said earlier about Easy Rider being updated for modern audience, 2 trans POCs riding through MAGA country. How much you want to have that? Because Easy Rider was about rebellion. It was about rebellion, honestly, as it goes through there. And you take a look at the cast. And how are you going to have rebellion today?
That's the whole thing that I was looking at. Like it fit perfect because that was really what America was going through at the time. Like the shit you saw in Easy Rider in 1969 was really what people were really fucking doing in 1969.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was reflective of the time. So the thing is, what kind of struggle does a motherfucker today have that? See, the thing is, it's a different time.
Movie on social
the struggle's
media.
different.
I mean, yeah.
You misgendered me and called me by my dead name. Oh no.
See, that's the thing. The struggle of today. See, the thing is, like, let's say what somebody went through in 1969. Mm-hmm. The way people are built today, the young of today couldn't handle it. Like, if you took the young today and threw them back in 1969, they couldn't fucking handle it.
No, not at all.
They probably would want to fucking kill themselves, man. No shit. And I ain't trying to be mean or evil spirited or no bullshit like that. I'm being fucking honest. If you took the youth of today and threw them.
CIA.
Yeah, they got it.
You're talking too much truth, 24. The CIA finally got after you, man.
They did. Even throwing him
right,
in the 1980s. Even in the 80s.
Right? Shit, I was just
so the thing is, it's like to take it's like to take a movie like Easy Rider and update it. It's like the youth of today, their struggle is nothing like what it was in 1969.
Yeah.
Like, dude, dude, you think, man, they were coming out of civil rights. They were going into the 70s. Dude, it was like you talking about Black Panthers, you talking about all this other shit, dog. It was a different world, man.
You had the draft.
You had the draft. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. It's a whole different world.
Dude, exactly. You just got through like Martin Luther King, MLK, like it was some real shit. And this is nothing compared to it ain't nothing compared to whatever the fuck social justice is today. So I don't know how they would fucking remotely spin it. Because you know what the thing is, the way people take these like look. The thing is, the essence of Easy Rider is a lot of like where that free spirited Ghost Rider comes from that kind of shit. Like a free spirited motherfucker that's on his bike traveling cross country. like that was a part of, like, that's what motherfuckers did back in the 60s, man, in the
Yeah.
70s. The thing is, today people do that shit, but it ain't the same shit. It don't stand for the same thing. So how you gonna spin it and reflect it to, to appeal to today's audience in order to do that, you're gonna have to change the message because the world's not the same.
No, not at all.
And so here's where going back to the uncreate or lack of creativity. What you're supposed to do is, if you're influenced by a movie like Easy Rider, because like you said, so many of the things that are happening in this movie are because of the 60s. Now there is a different struggle, but you have to make a totally different movie where you're trying to tell, you know what I mean? Where you're trying to tell the story of someone now. And they're not even going to use the trope of being motorcyclists because that's not the thing now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You would tell a totally different story with a totally different subculture, with a totally different set. Maybe they're skateboarders or some shit, but they wouldn't.
No. You know what I could see it'd be like two friends fucking jumping in a car and fucking taking a car, taking a fucking road trip, basically.
Yeah.
That's Route 66. We've had the roller skaters. We've had the bikers. The BMX bikes.
Road trip
we've had the skateboarding movies and the rebellions and all that. I mean, none of that's new. I mean, they don't remake a new one. Do your own, but again,
your own.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but just your own. I know there's people who are creative enough who want to tell a good story that could use. I mean, I'm not a guy who's ever watched Easy Rider, but I recognize, okay, this is something of that era. You can make something of this era, and it's not just like misgendered and wokeness, because that's not really, as much as that's represented, that's not really authentic to the average kid and average young individual's plight. It might be something with colleges and a girl and a cross-country trip, and maybe they're, you know what I mean? You could make that a realistic movie if you wanted to, and use some of the tropes of this as a jumping off point. But like, that's not what they're gonna do. It's gonna be
exactly, to your point, like they can sit there and create a new movie with the spirit of Easy Rider, but the thing is, it wouldn't be Easy Rider.
Yeah. And you would acknowledge
it's like you can't duplicate it. You can't duplicate it to be two dudes like this taking, jumping, doing this trip, and you can't present it in the same way and throw today's ideology in it and say, hey, this is Easy Rider, because it'll only be Easy Rider in name.
Right.
That's it.
Well, most of these movies are whatever it is in name only. Should we take a look at the article and see what they got to say and see how close we are on the button on this? Because I have not read the story yet. So
okay,
no, go.
Let's of course, this is coming from Variety. Byline: Matt Donnelly, Easy Rider reboot in the works. Rights holders to update Dennis Hopper, Peter Fonda classic, and then there's also Jack Nicholson, who was also in the film. A reimagining of the classic 1969 counterculture film, Easy Rider, is in early development, Variety has learned exclusively. A consortium of stakeholders and producers, including Maurice Fadidas, Kodak Pictures, Defiant Studios, Eric B. Fleischman, and the Jean Bourlet Group, own the adaptation rights to the project, originally released by Columbia Pictures. The original Easy Rider is credited with showcasing a changing socio-political landscape in America, particularly through the lens of its restless and progressive youth. Dennis Hopper, the late Peter Fonda, and Terry Southern wrote, both Dennis Hopper and Peter Fonda are now gone, and Terry Southern wrote the drug-laden motorcycle epic, which Hopper directed, in which both he and Fonda starred. The film is also known for giving an early boost to a young Jack Nicholson. Producers behind the reboot are currently in search of bold writers and art directors to update the project for modern times with the same fringe spirit filmmakers used the Michael B. Jordan Creed and his relationship to the Rocky as a comp for their ambition.
Man, see, I'm not to interrupt you, man. That's where they fuck up at. Now they sit there and they want bold people. Why? They want people that's gonna go out there and basically, step on the ledge,
right,
to write this shit. And the whole Michael B. Jordan thing, you know how much of a crock of shit that is, because you're talking about Michael B. Jordan. Look, when Creed came out, that was based off of Rocky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, think about before the first Creed movie came out, how much history Rocky had already.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking Rocky already had 5 movies, 6 movies,
6, yeah,
6 of them, yeah.
Now you're talking about this one fucking movie, and you're thinking you're gonna get a Rocky Creed kind of relationship through movies off of an established IP. The thing is, you just pick one of the 100 movies of all times, but you're looking at it like it was a franchise. It's not a franchise.
It's a singular movie. Yeah,
and to be honest, mostly damn near every movie in the top 100 is one and done.
Mm-hmm. Which they don't do anymore.
And actually, most of them, of course, there's some that they decided to do sequels and other bullshit, reboot.
Oh, CIA's messing with him again.
Yeah, there we go.
But he's right.
I was also going to expand on that one. Basically, this was a stupid little film, and it's not a stupid film, but as they're looking at it, we're just going to make this cheap little film, and these guys lived the lifestyle. So they're basically writing about their experience, right? So how is a bold film, bold people coming in going to
do this corporately? Like they were, as it was mentioned, they were on drugs making this film.
Yeah.
Like this was not a corporate experience. The filming of Easy Rider, it was a very much.
This is Gonzo. This was Gonzo filmmaking.
This was almost the equivalent of what YouTubers are doing, where you have a bunch of young individuals just guerrilla doing something. That was kind of a guerrilla made film. It wasn't. It was not corporately made, so you can't recreate that. Like that. That's not how. It ain't 24/7 so eloquently put before the CIA smashed his mic in.
Yeah.
That was a singular film. That's not a franchise. That's not we saw Creed. He's an extension of Apollo Creed. Somebody we saw in 4 fucking movies, saw a whole character arc of, and had an attachment to. You know what I mean? So then when you see, okay, this is one of his sons. Okay, now we can extend that attachment from those 4 movies he appeared in and the 6 total Rocky movies there are, and extend that attachment into him. You can't do that with one franchise that's almost 50, almost. That doesn't work. That's not how it works.
And Easy Rider is one of those that shows that a inexpensively made film like that was, which I'm sure they were just not expecting anything back on it, becomes so hot and popular because it struck a nerve. People identified with it in the sense that, you're catching the lifestyle that we have around us. We know what you're talking about. We can see this. This is a true identification, not the fake stuff that the blue-haired land whales want to sit back and say, I want to identify with. These are people going out making an actual film about what it's like, from their viewpoint, riding a bike across the nation. And you can't reproduce that. You just can't.
They do Bros. Yeah, that was a new idea.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why what this is going to be as well. Like, no, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say it's going to be. I was going to say it's going to be. It's going to be Brokeback Rider. That's what it's going to be. I wish I could quit you.
Holy shit!
Rev it up, baby. Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh my god!
Stuff like that.
Oh, we got up the tailpipe situation.
Yo, Jackson Sentian are wild. This shit. Yeah. That's funny. That's too funny. I like that.
But seriously, it's just.
Hey, also, that's.
Man, you guys are. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother.
Okay, you want me to continue reading on?
I'm just actually just reiterating your points.
Okay,
Just the point Baron made earlier about like how morally bankrupt they just, they just went on that damn list, that AFI 100, and just looked. It said which move that one is it. Who has the rights? Oh, we can call them on the phone. Let's do this Easy Rider. I don't know what it's about. It doesn't matter. Let's just do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can tell they didn't give a shit. They just went on the list, and that's how they're going to do a lot of. This is not going to be the only one. This is what they're going to start doing. This is going to be the new trope. I mean, they've been doing it to some extent for a long time, but now they're picking things that aren't franchises.
Yeah,
that are one and done.
Yeah,
some technically Scarface is a remake or a slight remake or revamping.
I dropped a video about that like over a year ago, man.
Oh, they are picking that. They are going to do that.
Oh, Scarface. Oh, fuck yeah.
They did do those sequels that I did.
Oh, like. Dude. Okay, because look, and from what I remember, they've changed it twice. One was supposed to been Mexican cartel, Mexican whatever, by like California, Mexico, like over there, to where it's like basically the Scarface reboot was not going to be a Cuban guy like Tony Montana. It's going to be a Mexican guy.
Yeah.
He's coming, he gets put into the, little Mexican cartel kind of shit. And that's how he becomes Scarface. So they changing it up, keeping the Latino. Then they switched it again and was like, no, we're going to have a black guy.
No, listen.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've heard, so I don't know if it's going to be one or the other, but I heard both. But I did a video about that shit, back then. And it's like, look, I own the original Scarface from like 30s and 40s.
Okay.
I own that motherfucker. I own two copies.
I never saw that.
Yeah, black and white. That motherfucker was actually pretty. It was pretty dope for its time. And then
really,
and then with Tony Montana, dude, I got the fucking collector's edition DVD. I got that bitch on Blu-ray, and I got the fucking video game that came out on the Xbox. And that bitch is raw. Yeah. You know what? You can know what? If you have the Scarface Xbox video game, you can put that shit in your Xbox 360 and still play that motherfucker, man. I could put that shit in my 360 and play it.
That's some shit to see if they got.
Man, that motherfucker's raw shit.
I got 360. It still works.
I got 360.
Scarface the game.
Come on, remember that shit being cold.
Now we're going to hear Gold 24 walking around all the time going, say hello to my little friend.
But man, that's another time and a place. Like Scarface to me is like you can't be anywhere but 80s Miami, man. That's what it is. That's why they got Miami Vice was inspired because Scarface made that vibe so cool. Like, you know what I mean? The Miami coke dealer. That was in the early 80s with the suits and the energy.
The thing is, the first Scarface was back in the 30s. It took place like in Chicago mob. It's you got like the old gangsters like motherfuckers like Dick Tracy type gangsters back then.
Yeah.
No bullshit. Back then, yeah, man. Tommy the Baby Lawson, you know what I'm saying? You had the real wild ass fucking gangsters like that, dog, back then. And that was
with the drums and shit.
Yeah. That was like the original gangsters from back then. And then from there it switched over to if I'm not mistaken, that was Scarface. That was Brian De Palma, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I think it was Brian De Palma.
Yeah, that's a De Palma film.
Yeah, it was Brian De Palma. So look, just think it was the original Scarface was a product of its time. It was coming out 1930s, 40s.
Yeah.
And then the thing is the 80s, you had a lot of Cubans coming over, and I'm be honest, Miami back in like the late 50s came just like the other Cubans. They came by boat and made it to America too. You know, the thing is like, you know, we did our shit. We just didn't cross from Cuba to America. We went from Cuba to, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was either Spain or some, and we got, you know,
oh, we lost him again.
Oh man, come on! He was telling his story, and I was like, "Hey,
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out."
so
man.
there's a difference between
24. You cut off for a little bit, man.
Yeah. You were saying about going to Spain, and that's when you dropped off.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was like, you know, my family went to Spain to get their papers, and there, when they came into America, they were legal citizens. So that was the difference between, you know, family leaving Cuba and coming straight to coming to America and being on some refugee type shit. You know, my family came in legal. You know, that's just how they went about doing it, man. So you know that, you know, so it's like basically, you know, when a lot of people had to deal with a lot of shit, when my family came from Cuba, they didn't have to deal with a lot of bullshit because they came in, you know, already having their citizenship. That's the difference, man. That makes a whole difference of the world. You know, when you come in and, you know, you don't have to hide who you are, you know, or whatever, but then everybody doesn't get that opportunity to, you know, if they have to go, they got to go. You know, a lot of people don't get a chance to go stop off somewhere, get their citizenship, and then come to America. They got to come to America and fucking take their chances when they get here.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know, my family was fortunate enough to do it to where when they got here, they didn't have to hide. And
CIA is not happy with this information getting out, apparently.
No, not at all. They're 24 is on their list. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. They like,
no. I was just saying, like, you know, my family didn't have to hide or anything, you know, in order to come into America, and I guess they were fortunate in that way. You know, that's all.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But
okay. Well, I can continue on here because now we're getting some of the meat of the story.
Ditto's tripping in the chat. But,
oh, he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
We missed him.
Well,
he's had about 2 weeks of getting laid to get ready to talk to us here. So, our goal is to build upon the counterculture and freedom narrative the original left us with, and give the youth of today a film that pays serious attention to their own counterculture and challenges, Fadida told Variety. Isn't that about every freaking film that's coming out now? What the young viewers of the day are experiencing in their everyday lives may seem crazy to older generations, but it can very well become the social norm, as was the case with the cultural shift of the late 1960s. We are hoping to play a part of that shift. And this day, Easy Rider scored 2 Oscar nominations and contended for the Cannes Film Festival coveted Palme d'Or Prize. How do we say that? I don't know French. It ranks as one of the best 100 films of all time in the American Film Institute. The project also grossed $60 million at the worldwide box office on a reported $400,000 budget. The Jean Belay Group deals in natural resources, medical technologies, therapeutics, and philanthropy. It has completed transactions up to $5 billion. The group often co-invests alongside state investment and pension funds and uses industry knowledge to discover, evaluate, and discover new enterprises. Oh, doesn't that sound good, boys and girls?
You know, basically what that's telling you is the people that owns the rights to this shit is these motherfuckers have money.
Yeah,
is basically what they're telling you is, hey, look, think about this, man. If they go so far to put in the paper, that's nobody's business to say, hey, this group What does that have to do with Easy Rider to say, hey, this group has $5 billion worth of transactions done under their name? What the fuck does that have to do with Easy Rider?
I want you to know how big they sausage.
It doesn't have shit to do with it.
Basically, just let you know that and that they were associated with whatever the hell the name of that organization. Just sounds like, hey, we fund woke things, Inc.
Yeah,
whatever the fuck they were called.
But that tells you like, hey, the company that's behind this, they got a shitload of fucking money.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because
and they're going to do more of it.
If they bartered $5 billion worth of transactions, they got a pretty piece of they got a little something off of that shit.
Yes.
So basically, I'm telling you is the people that got the rights to Easy Rider, they got fucking money. But the thing is, and I even put in my video, no matter.
Oh my. Thank you, Cynthia Dildo, for calling
like he just said, they got a lot of money, so they're like, nah, you're not gonna talk about Easy Rider, not on my dime.
Well, the big thing about this is this film, the reason why it resonated, it was unlike any of the films around there. What they're talking about today with filming, basically is everything about that generation bitching and moaning about all their problems. That's all we have now. And, we have to have our identity and all the other crap in there. That was the big difference. That's why it was counterculture. No one was making films like this. Nobody. You might have had a few, low-grade exploitation type films, maybe, but nothing like this. Especially with names. I mean, Peter Fonda. Hey, that's Fonda's kid. That has some name power behind it. Even Dennis Hopper was somewhat known, and so which gave a little bit of credence that these guys were doing it, and they made it themselves. You can't redo this in today's culture because what are they going to be about? It's like, oh, I wanted to have a Sega or Nintendo instead of having an Xbox, and they gave me an Xbox.
The thing is, the struggle, it's not the same, man. It's not going to hold the same weight.
No,
but
I mean when you the serious problems that they're coming out, like you were all saying, the civil rights movement, the anti-war movement. The draft. I mean, there was all sorts of stuff that people today, even necessarily me, don't fully understand. On that,
the thing is, the struggle is not going to hold the same weight.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's what it is. Yeah. So if you're going to try to do something that you think people are going to identify with, the struggle is not the same.
No. I got I didn't get the newest iPhone that I wanted. Oh, how horrible.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know, man. They're not doing these movies for genuine reasons. I'm sure you could tell a story if you really wanted to, but even then, it still really wouldn't be this. It's just a company. Really, the last sentence was the most important. It's just a company that has a lot of money, who's probably interested in doing this to a lot of different franchises. Who's probably going to buy the rights to a lot of different franchises, or actually call franchises, just a lot of different movies.
Right.
All this, someone's going to buy the rights to a lot of different movies, and then we're going to go from there.
And the thing is, all these guys wanted to do was make a film. That's all it was. They weren't even going out necessarily making a message. It's like, hey, let's just make a film about us being us type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why 24 keeps on breaking up there, because thank you, Cynthia Dildo.
Calling Ice your parents. Conservatives of the family.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Oh shit.
I don't know.
Right,
it's
man.
just
so. Any last on Easy Rider?
They suck.
Yes, it's probably going to be a disaster. We're probably going to forget about it after it gets made.
Yeah. What's the next topic you want to talk about there, 24?
No, I'm saying any last words on Easy Rider?
No, we basically said it's like Yeah, it's
Already
like,
gone on for an hour on it, so it's just
yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, for real, man. Well, shit. Let's move on to the next. Let's see.
Okay. The HBO story.
Let me see. What's all right? I'll tell you what. We have. All right, we got one of three. We can talk The Last of Us. We could talk Willow or James Mangold. The Last of Us. I love the game, man. That was a good game. If y'all interested in seeing what happened with The Last of Us,
you know what it is. All of those sounds disastrous for different reasons, right? Because like part of me was like Last of Us. Part of me even said the James Mangold stuff. You don't know he's the guy directing this disaster
over the last couple of days.
And he was crazy like when he first got the job. He was talking shit. But and apparently this is a shoot. And this is how they're doing movies now, where they have different stories, where they just shoot multiple options and crucial story points for how the movie's supposed to work.
Yeah, so basically it's like they'll shoot like 4 or 5 different endings. And
but apparently it's not just endings, it's also like whole sections of the movie too. Like endings.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So basically any scene is fucking interchangeable.
Right.
That's basically what crazy. It is, man.
Yeah.
Not just generic filmmaking, you know.
I mean, I get some of that, you know, you may have certain different options, but like it's the way they do films with all this goofy CG, it's just oh my goodness. This looks like a disaster. First off, Indy 4 was a disaster. Let's not kid ourselves. It's just like, oh man. So like I can't help it. There's a morbid curiosity with Indy 5. So I guess I have to pick between the two. But I get Last of Us 2. I'm also worried about because it's like, okay, they're gonna fuck because you know they race swap someone and like, oh no, this is gonna be an issue. Here we go with Last of Us. We know what they did with the sequel, and now they're gonna start doing it with the series, which is only supposed to be about the first game, but they're gonna still fuck it up. So like, I guess both of those two are the one. But then, I mean, I don't really care about Willow personally, but I know that there's some people who do. But those two, man, I'm like, ugh. They both sound like disasters, but I have more curiosity in both, I guess.
We're breaking Vigilante here.
No, that's the thing. I'm already broken, man. I don't know if I can't do this as much because it's just like all of this stuff is disastrous. This is all disastrous.
Actually, I think the Warwick Davis story is actually a little bit more positive one of the entire lot.
You said the which one?
The Warwick Davis, the Willow one. I think that's actually more of a positive story than.
Okay, what's going on with that? Let's you know.
Well, okay, we'll go that way. Sure. Yeah. Let's go with a little bit higher there. So I got
there we go.
Got it loaded up there, boys and girls.
Positivity.
Yeah. Let's. All right. Now, look. Now, read the title and see how positive it is.
Yeah. I guess it's a positive spin. So basically, he knew what he. he took inspiration from Mark Hamill's Last Jedi performance. And by Last Jedi,
so how positive is this shit here, man?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I thought he was actually talking about when the Return of the Jedi. So I looked at that wrong. So okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the king has been demoted down to the prince, or just to a joker now, I guess.
Holy shit.
The king is now back to being just a baron.
Oh shit! What's up, Pacific 414? How's it going, brother? Man, I hope everybody out there is good. You know, hopefully y'all got snacks. Shit, what y'all snagging on?
Yep.
Pretzels, craisins. Y'all remember craisins? You know them. You know, cranberry raisins type shits. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. For Thanksgiving, did y'all fuck with like turducken? You know?
No,
I've had turducken. That's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, if y'all know what turducken is, that's like stuffed into a duck into a turkey. Turducken.
Yep.
You know how much? Yeah, it's you know, you get 3 times the meat.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Three times the bird.
But yeah, that was threw that little joke in there, but
yeah. Now I can change the story out to a different one if you want.
Yeah,
they're all disasters. I mean,
okay.
I don't care about
what this has to say. Let's see what this has to say. You never know. I don't think it's a big story.
We can rock with it. We're here.
So this is from the Hollywood Reporter. Brian Davids is the byline. Willow star Warwick Davis took inspiration from Mark Hamill's Star Wars The Last Jedi performance. The actor, who was only 17 when he first played Willow Ufgood, took a page from Hamill. He just leaned into his more mature years. Okay, it's been 34 years since Warwick Davis last played the Nelwyn sorcerer Willow Ufgood, but now he's back to lead the new generation of heroes on another world-saving adventure at Disney Plus series Willow. Davis first joined Lucasfilm family as Wicket, the courageous young Ewok, in Star Wars The Return of the Jedi, and his Star Wars collaborators would ultimately inspire his latest performance as an older Willow. Specifically, Davis referenced Mark Hamill's portrayal of Luke Skywalker in Ruan Johnson's The Worst Jedi.
Oh, man. See, that's
the one thing...
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay, sorry. The one thing I took note of in particular was Mark Hamill returning to Luke Skywalker in Star Wars The Woke Jedi, and how he went about the approach for that. Davis tells the Hollywood Reporter, I thought he was really interesting, and it wasn't the expected approach, certainly. He came at it from quite a different angle. And I also did the same. I noticed that Mark didn't try to play the character younger. He just leaned into his more mature years, and that's really what I did as Willow. I started screaming, "Get off my lawn! Get off my lawn, you dirty SOBs!" And I had to. It was right inside there. I built my character, he says. In a recent conversation with the Hollywood Reporter, Davis also discusses his family roles on the show before recalling a moment of improv from the 1988 film involving Val Kilmer's beloved rogue, Mad Mardigan. Yeah, so I just... he did indeed... we were on the set of Solo. He was... interested in doing the revival. He was on Solo. I think we don't need to talk anymore about that. Basically, it goes outside of that. But yeah, that was also the role that Mark Hamill sat back and said was Jake Skywalker. So I don't know how much I want to put saying that was a great inspiration.
Like it was some he's
phoning it in. So that's the thing. Did. So the irony of this is to see that Warwick comes back to do Willow, and he comes back to do Willow, and come to find out that his inspiration is the Last Jedi's version of fucking Luke Skywalker, man. Out of all things,
I think
he saw inspiration out of he saw inspiration out of the thing that was basically the fucking dude, that was a strike to the heart of fucking Star Wars. The one thing that really, if anything, killed Star Wars was a movie. And the one thing that fucking put Star Wars on his ass, he drew inspiration from, man.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's what's so fucked about all that.
Maybe I'm overthinking, but I know he's a bloke.
Yeah,
they what do you call it? Take the piss. I can't help but to wonder if he's like taking a shot. Like I'm acting, because you guys remember how Mark Hamill was with the promotion of that film. He was basically telling everyone, the promotion of that and the first one they did, like, everyone, these films suck. Please don't watch them. But like blinking it and trying to get everyone to get it in Morse code, so to speak. And so I don't know if that's, maybe I'm overinterpreting, but I almost thought that's what he meant. Like, I'm kind of just basically doing what he did, just phone it in because I know this is a disaster, but I need to check. So here we are.
I know Hamill was a bit of a mentor to him on Jedi, Return of the Jedi. So those two kind of formed a kind of a tight relationship with each other. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Man.
Yeah, Cynthia Dudlow might be right. It might be a tongue in cheek. Because I'm not hearing good things about this Willow show.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
that's what I think. I think there might be something to it. We've seen, a lot was made about Superman, aka formerly Gerald, and Henry Cavill, because he was kind of like trying to get people to read between the lines. I wonder if that's tongue in cheek. Maybe it's not, but you would just think, because that, it's no longer. There aren't that many people that really will defend The Last Jedi at this point, right?
Well, there are the diehards. I mean,
yeah. But I feel like he's pretty universally panned. I
think the whole sequel trilogy is starting to really lose its tarnish as people start looking back from their Star Wars side, going, "I kissed that,"
What's up, Sock?
It's like waking up after partying at a bar and there's Rosie O'Donnell laying next to you. It's like, oh,
man. Let me ask you this: speaking of Rosie O'Donnell, you ever seen that movie she did with Dan Aykroyd?
It was East of Eden or whatever that was.
It wasn't that the movie where like she was like in a bra and panties and
she was in like the bondage outfit. Both of them were.
Yeah. Pull that shit up.
Oh no, we're not doing that.
What you mean no?
What you mean? What I mean no?
I'm just saying if Baron bought it up.
Listen, I like thick girls as much as the next, but I'm not taking Rosie O'Donnell.
I'm just saying, but did you see her in that movie?
No, I didn't see it. I didn't know the movie existed this moment.
All right. That movie's like 30 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something like that.
Can't do this.
Yeah, so
maybe we can. Here's something.
All right, go for it. Go for it, Baron. Go for it, Baron. Hey, you know what? We're the prime time. We're going left today. We're going. Hey, we ain't driving between the lines today.
Willow. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye bye, Willow. Yeah, we're not driving. We're driving. Yo.
Okay, here we go.
Baron was like, "Oh, you see." There you go.
So he try to say, "Hey, if you rolled up with a primetime Rosie O'Donnell, maybe you wouldn't be too unhappy." Is that what you're trying to imply?
There we go. That's Diana Delaney over here, Dan Aykroyd, and that's Rosie. Actually, she looks like she has a bit of a body this time. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at you hear Baron? You hear and even Vigilante's like, yo, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah.
What am I looking at?
That's from East of Eden, the movie East of Eden.
What you say, Vigilante?
She still kind of got an awkward build, but I mean,
the girl in green. Now, but hold on, boy. What I'm saying is, compared to what you think, which like the mental dojo is of her, what do you think of that?
You think of her when she's fatter. You definitely think of the fatter,
right?
There's no doubt.
I'm just saying, but ain't nobody ever even looked at her like that.
But I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I was wondering if it was a little Photoshop myself. But like,
no, that's not no Photoshop.
But what it is, that girdle is doing work. Is what I'm trying to let y'all know. She got the skinny fat thing going on, man.
Yeah,
that's what she has. And it's like you'll probably look better if you gain more weight because you're in this queener land.
Erupted in his. What you say, Cynthia? Maybe it's tongue in cheek.
I'm not putting tongue in that cheek, nah, man.
No, they're talking about the. He was talking about the Star Wars.
I know, man. I was just fucking with him. Hey, you taking jabs with me? Yeah,
man. I don't know. She's got that misshapen looks even now, bro. Even with less weight, she still looks kind of misshapen. She has like the broad shoulders, man. Like the girl in green look cute. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's Diana Delaney. That's Diana Delaney that's in the green.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
There you go.
I'm just saying that's probably as best as it was ever going to get right there.
I agree with that.
Come and kiss that badge. Come and kiss that badge.
I'm not going to be like, That's not
Yo.
something I'm like, hey, yeah, you see, damn, my bitch is bad. It's like, oh yeah.
Well, you know what? But the thing is, that's one picture. That's like they got a bunch of pictures of her not doing that shit, but just her in the suit, and you probably be like, oh shit. So
this is my friend Rosie. Yeah, we're just friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to find. I was trying to find other pictures. That was the.
You wouldn't even want to claim. I mean, wouldn't want to claim Rosie O'Donnell.
Even but you heard Baron. Baron was like, "Yo, what? You like Baron?
I think I found a good one for. There we go. Here's one for.
Like, I don't know. This is a friend that we're all friends.
Yo, that's some funny shit, man.
Yeah, I would still friend zone that Rosie O'Donnell you showed me. I would.
Well, that's because she's too
couple
old.
Drinks, fat blunt, nothing.
There you go. Come on.
Then I'm vulnerable. That doesn't count.
Couple drinks, nothing.
When I'm vulnerable, that doesn't count. I'm being taken advantage of.
Oh.
There we go. What?
Hold on.
What happened? I didn't even see.
What do you do? It's clean.
Yeah, it's. What happened?
I don't know. You brought it up and then brought it down.
All right, there we go.
Well,
there we go.
See, here we go with the stereotypes.
It's in the movie. It's in the movie.
All right, so
here's an image of Vigilante Williamson meeting Rosie O'Donnell.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
This me meeting her back in the day when I was in better shape. We were both in better shape.
I think she went on a starvation diet to do this film. And then, of course,
she looks bangable, but like I wouldn't be like happy I had like that. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be like, yeah, I got. It would be like, yeah, this is my friend. You know what I'm saying? This is my friend. You wouldn't if like she came over and there was family or someone there. You would not claim that as your girlfriend. You know you would. You're like, we just friends and hang out, know her from work.
Hey man, hold on. All right. How about do one thing? Blow the picture up, man.
Oh, I got,
you wouldn't hit it, but you would be like trying to not really claim.
There we go. How's that? That's. I mean, it gets grainy. So there we go.
I'm telling you might still hit it, but you would not claim it. You would be like, just
look at that there. Look at the legs.
This is my friend Rosie.
We're just chums.
Is this what you mean when you're talking about Rosie Palmer and her 5 daughters?
And then maybe a late night she calls over, hey, I'm bored, and something happens. But that's not your girlfriend. You wouldn't. She's not even a side chick. She's like a desperate Tuesday at best, man. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame. But I'm just being real.
This is one of those where you're wanting to have steak and you end up swinging by McDonald's.
And that's then, she gets out of her prime. This is the prime of her life. She can be a desperate Tuesday. So when it gets out of there, it gets out of there.
Mm-hmm. This is probably the best she ever looked in her life. I don't mean to be cruel, but this is probably the best she ever looked.
It was funny how like you brought her up, and I was like, "Yo, the only thing that she ever looked
decent
of anything is this, and that's it.
If
there was anything at any time, is this? This is it.
Yeah.
So for whatever this is worth, when the name came up, this is like, bling. Okay, this is the only thing worth. You know what I'm saying? For pop culture's sake, this is the only thing worth mentioning.
Let's piss off Frost and say, she's bangable. Yeah, she's bangable.
She's bangable. She's exactly.
And I'm just saying, it's crazy that we could say this now, and I know people are like, yo, primetime kings to see.
Well, she's Miss One and Done.
But I'm just saying, but if there was ever a time, this, what? This is it right here. Whatever.
Vidge is looking for the phone number right now.
Nah.
Yo. But
right?
Sorry, Sock.
She's just a friend. Vidge say she's just a friend.
It's like, hey, can we do something today? No, I'm busy. I'm sorry.
I got what
I'm sorry, but are you coming over later tonight? Oh, okay. Well, then you just block. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you're coming over, can you please come in through the back door? So no, park in the back.
now I don't know where we're going with that.
I know phrasing, right? Phrasing.
You're over with that. But yeah, man, yeah, she's just got a head, and you know what it is? It's the same reason why when she got fat, she wasn't attracted. She like the weight doesn't go in the right places with her. It just goes all everywhere. She just blobs up. She doesn't shape up, man.
Yeah, I mean, for crying out loud, she made the worst Betty Rubble ever. I mean, you having her play Betty Rubble?
Yeah, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was years after this.
Yeah,
I don't know. When was Easter Weekend? Let me think. Let's see.
To be honest, man, when it came to that first Flintstones, probably the only person that they got it right was John Goodman. Everybody else, fuck no. Like Barney Rubble, his, Wilma, just everybody nothing was right, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like basically like, you know what they've done to fuck up a lot of movies when the casting was wrong is that basically they cast who was famous at the time instead of casting.
Yeah.
And that's what fucked up so many fucking movies, dude. When it came to a lot of shit, it's like, there was a better actor that you could have gotten for the role, but just because these people were famous, they just fucking, oh my God, we can get John Goodman, we can get Rosie O'Donnell, we can get blah blah blah, and we can get someone else, and then all of a sudden, we got the Flintstones. But it's like, damn,
I got the name wrong. It's Exit
John
to
Goodman
Eden.
was the only one.
Yeah, he was. He was the only one, and whoever played the boss.
And it was Rick Moranis that was Barney Rubble, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
What the fuck you going? Rick Moranis.
That doesn't even make sense. But you're right. That's how they cast. They still try to do that.
No, they do that shit now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
how we got Chris Pratt. I was just talking about this. This is how we got Chris Pratt as Mario. I said you should have had the original guy who did it. Matt had a good point. Like, well, it's not the same as acting. But okay, to get a trained voice actor, you don't need to get a star. Get somebody who can do that voice. Then, okay, if you don't want to get the exact guy because you don't think he can actually act for 2 hours, then get somebody who can do that voice properly. Don't worry about getting a star. They had other stars in other roles. There's Jack Black. There's Seth Rogen. All these other people are in the movie.
The thing is, the original Mario Brothers guy from the video games, he's been doing that shit for what, 30, 40 years? So the thing is, as many games as he's done, he's done more than 2 hours worth of material.
Absolutely, yeah.
So he can actually do that shit standing on his dickhead. Just saying, like that's second. He could do that shit. Like
he could do whatever.
Yeah, he's the master. He's the man.
Doing. That's what I would think. But either way, they shouldn't use Chris Pratt, but they use him because he's a star. And I don't dislike Chris Pratt, but like he shouldn't be the voice of Mario. He's not going to really. That's another thing. I always feel like they overestimate Star. We're starting to find that out now.
Yeah.
As much as they blame, it's the Marvel effect, but no, it's like, you know what? A lot of these guys were only valuable when they were cast correctly. You know what I'm saying? Right. They're not valuable just because. Like, we don't want to see. There's certain movies that didn't do well and haven't done well because we didn't want to see this person do that thing. I think this is. I think it still might be good because the animation looks pretty good.
There you go for your collection. For your collection, it is the Rosie O'Donnell action figure from Exit to Eden.
From the camera and from the screen because I don't want to see that, man. Nah, man.
Don't you want to have that next to your G.I. Joe with Kung Fu grip?
I want to burn it
along
with fire,
with your Barbies.
Bro. Get that
burn it with fire, bro. Jesus.
Like gripper.
Yeah, like Sox is right. She has a female wrestler, like a heel wrestler. I like Sasha Banks, one of the cute ones, like one of the fugly ones, like the bad guy. Like she has like Bull Nakano's build. Like, nah, bro, that's not gonna work. No disrespect to Bill Nakano or another chubby female wrestlers. One of them got a BBL. That made it look really weird. One of these female wrestlers. That's neither here nor there. Yeah, the head. That's the exact thing. That fat head and this weird shaped body. It's like, get out of here, Rosie. No, you can't come over tonight, Rosie. Don't. No, I'm busy. I'm busy. So yeah, man. So yeah, Willow. No, just joking.
no, you did. Yeah, I'll be right back, man.
All right. Yeah, I'll pass like Steve Nash.
Yeah, don't go to Mr. Skin then.
Yeah, I remember Mr. Skin from back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go investigate that at all now. Not my thing. Not my thing.
Oh, I can't believe they made an action figure. Unless that was somebody just doing it for a joke.
It might have been a joke. Or it might have been real. Who knows?
You never know. There's strange people out there.
And she probably did starve herself for that body. Like she definitely starved herself for that body.
Oh yeah, and then
can we get a palate cleanser? That's a good point. Let's get a palate cleanser. Let's get a palate cleanser. Who's somebody? I've been watching a bunch of Prince documentaries. Shout out to your neck of the woods, Minnesota. If you can get Apollonia on screen from back in the day, I don't know. I mean, God damn, that chick was fucking gorgeous and thick as shit. How Prince felt like watching these documentaries on Prince. This is YouTube documentaries. They should be Netflix. Like they're like done that well. Man, he would never have gotten away with this shit.
No,
he did with all those women that worked for him that he was fucking. Like nowadays, like Vince McMahon just lost to WWE over this shit. There's no way he would be able to do all this shit. Fuck all these girls that work for him. No way. Not in today's day. He would be so canceled. I'm not trying to do that to. I love Prince. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Man, this day and age.
Well, yeah, it's just a different era.
Shit. Yeah, it's a different era.
Right.
It's a totally different era. But I'm just thinking of like, you know what? Had he lived, they probably would have tried to cancel him over the shit. I'm sure somebody. Well, he was mean to me this one day, so I'm gonna talk shit now about what happened on 1985.
Well, you know that's the funny thing is, even now it's been how many years and we haven't had them come out. I mean, it's not like others. At the moment, the body's not even cold and they're coming out.
Yeah.
And they ain't going to touch him here. I tell you what. Anybody tries to talk about anything bad about Prince around here, it is you'll be lucky to get out of town alive. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, man, he's the man. He's the man. But I've been watching the documentaries and seeing some of that stuff. It's just like, it's not just that. It's just how he made some of the albums. It's just a crazy life, man. It's a crazy life.
I mean,
I feel like he made that place the spot too, because he had everyone going out to there and all these celebrities, and it's almost a de facto documentary of the entertainment industry of the 80s because he was so involved. See how these movies were made and shit like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, he was very influential in many, many ways out there, and not just with music. I mean, he was a unique man, let's say, put it lightly. And, the long suffering, she's got a part-time job at the Walgreens that he used to go to get his prescriptions.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, they say he'd be biking around. He'd be riding his bicycle into town. He had the big fro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people would even recognize him.
Crazy. But yeah, man, his story's nuts. And like I said, the entertainment industry of that era is just nuts.
Yeah. You go to Chanhassen, you try to say anything bad about Prince, it's like going down to Graceland and saying something bad about the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky if you get out alive.
Yeah, and then in Sox Right, he did have Carmen Electra. He had her first. He was like the proto DiCaprio where you find these women where it's at their youngest and most beautiful, and it's just like so many went through, and that fucked up things. Not to go on a tangent, but just seeing how Graffiti Bridge went from it was supposed to be Madonna and Prince, and then they broke up, and then it became a Kim Basinger and Prince, and then they broke up, and then it became some other girl and Prince. And just like how his relationships impacted things. It's just like, this is crazy. And this is not on Netflix. This is like a Netflix quality documentary. There's so much stuff on YouTube you'll come across stuff like that, where it's just like, it feels like a Netflix quality documentary on something. There's game documentaries like that. I love it.
I mean, the thing is, you got people that'll go out on their own and fucking do the research and fucking put it all together.
Right.
So,
I mean, the Vine Young Cannibals, because when he built Graceland, of course, it's got movie studios in there, everything. And the Vine Young Cannibals, when they filmed "She Drives Me Crazy" for the music video, they did it there. So,
and you know what? Cinch Dildo's right. If Prince was a star, Daily Wire would be making documentaries about him destroying masculinity. Absolutely, with that image. I mean, it just showed that he'd still be a star because then they would love him because of that. So he would still be a fucking star. He'd be a star in any area. He's great. He was musically gifted. His dad was a musician. That's where he got his name because that was his dad's stage name, Prince Rogers. He was just really musically talented, really demanding. He was also like crazy, but like still fascinating. He's my favorite music artist anyway. But yeah, he would definitely be just as controversial today as he was then. It would definitely be like, oh, he's a, that kind of proves it. Like, man, if you're good at something, none of that shit matters. Nothing matters if you're good, right? Like, if there were an artist today, they could be whatever. Like, if Lil Nas X was really good, none of this shit will really matter like that. He's kind of not. Like, some of the songs and beats are okay, but like, they're not like the same caliber and quality of artists. Oh, and something else I realized watching this is like just seeing how things were in the 80s. Like, there was a lot more fan service in general with the way companies treated things. Like, they always had something involving fans, and it was always like they don't even think like that. Now they have contests and shit. They don't even think like that now. They don't give a fuck. We're just peons. But like back in the day, they were always trying to reach out to the fans in some way, shape, form, or fashion. That's just like I said, it was part of the different how the industry was made. They may have made a bunch of movies, they may have made a bunch of bad shit, but they were always going to try something. They always were trying to get the fans involved. Nowadays, they don't do any of the same. Like, they don't have the same soul. Like, you know what I'm saying? They may, like I said, some of the stuff isn't good. I know I'm rambling. And then you're right, since you did a Lil Nas X as an industry plan. It's just like you, but yeah. It's also a testament how different we have a music or entertainment industry that hates the fan now, and we had an entertainment industry that catered to the fan back then, and it's not the same.
Right. You're absolutely right. I mean, they don't like us, even though we're the ones that they're supposed to be getting the money from. They put themselves far above us. They've gotten themselves to a level of eliteness that's not deserved. Thinking that we're just little peasants and such. That's why, Chris Pratt, he's a bit of a refreshing air because he's a living Hollywood. He stays out there. He's still that Minnesota boy from Virginia, Minnesota at heart. And you can see it with that. And you got a few of the others out there. I mean, but they don't care. They don't, they're going to put their stuff out and then they're going to get mad because you're not enjoying what they think you should be liking. And instead of actually going out and making something quality.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. If you make quality stuff, people will, a lot of that other shit doesn't matter, man. But they don't look at it like that. They refuse to, focus on the quality. They focus on the bullshit. A lot of that's corporate, obviously.
Yeah.
Because we read that shit with, whatever the fuck that $5 billion company that owns Easy Rider rights. You know what I mean? Yeah. They don't give a fuck about any of that shit. So we got $5 billion. We try to get $6 billion. You know what I'm saying? Try to get $7 billion. Right. So let's see how we can fund Easy Rider. Maybe it doesn't make money, but they make ESG score and can write it off and it works. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always going to be a money component. They're going to figure a way. Especially after what's going on with Disney and shit. These companies are going to make sure they don't lose money like that, even if they make woke shit. So, yeah. But I've been rambling. Go ahead.
I mean, it's been a different time, and they took actual legitimate risks. I mean, honestly, what Prince did, making the Minnesota sound, was a risk. What Peter Fonda and Hopper did was a risk, but not that they were really caring about it. It's just like, let's just make a thing. What Lucas did was a risk, and having Alan Ladd Jr. backing him up over there at 20th Century Fox to make sure it got done. I mean, we don't have those risk takers. And also the fact that you had Hollywood looking at, now that you have to dump all this money to make a film when you don't have to. We take a look at some of these smaller budgeted films going out there and grabbing people, and they're making the big money. It shows you don't need to have this big star power, this big multi-million-dollar monstrosity to actually get out there and get people coming into the theaters and liking it, and then of course buying the videos or getting them off of the streaming service or whatever it is. They've lost their way. All they think about is blockbuster, 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 and it's like blockbusters were not made to be blockbusters. They just happened.
Yeah. Hollywood has to, like, I don't know if it was this show, but I've talked about it before. You gotta find a cheaper way to do it. And like you said, it is a lot easier to do a lower budget movie now than it's ever been. I mean, there's people using $10,000. I mean, $10,000 is a lot for a camera, but it's not compared to the hundreds of thousands those older cameras cost. You know what I'm saying? And you can get a high quality production, Hollywood quality film made for $1 million, which is still a lot of money, but they're paying hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. And then let's say you're talking more realistic, when you include actors and unions and everything, you can still make a movie for $20 million and then spend $20 million in a modern digital age. If you have smart promotion, creative promotion, not just simple, you can't just throw money at it. But if you want to be smart and put $20 million in promotion in the social media age, that can go a long way. If you're, you know what I mean? And you can get a movie that makes 70, 80 million, and now you've profited, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, 100 million, whatever that profit point is. There's a way to do that. Hollywood isn't doing that. When you make a smaller budget movie that has a easier return, you don't have to spend as much for promotion, you don't have to spend as much on production, but you give it a chance. And if it's a high quality story, it can make infinite times that. And Hollywood has its own examples with the Joker. That literally was one of these things, that didn't spend a lot of money, and it made billions. One of the more profitable movies of all time.
Right. I mean, weren't we told that when they were going to do CGI special effects, it beat the cost of special effects down? Now CGI is more expensive than practical effects.
It is.
It's just like when they sat back and told us, ebooks will be good because they'll be cheaper and all that. And now ebooks are almost the same price as a book you buy in the store, which is absolutely ridiculous because, obviously they don't have the overhead you have. You could be having these ebooks far cheaper, but it's greed. It is just a song and dance, and I wouldn't doubt some money laundering involved.
Yes, that's another element.
But and of course the term blockbuster. I don't know if people know where the term blockbuster came from. And it happened before Jaws, actually. It resolved that any movie that had the line going out the door and went around the block. And you definitely had films like that in the day, in the 50s and such, because, of course, you only had one theater showing one film on one screen. You didn't have the multiplexes. So a lot of films that were popular, people would stand in line for it. You don't really have that no more. You really don't, especially with the multiplexes.
The crazy part, Star Wars was the last movie. The franchise was the last movie that you would have people camped outside in tents, sitting in front of the fucking theater for a week and a half.
Longer.
Right. Now, just to think that you'd have people waiting that long to watch your movies, and you just fucked that shit up in the last 10 years when your movie was the last movie that anybody would ever camp out for weeks at a time to fucking watch each installation of the movies. Like, that's crazy as shit, man.
Yeah, every prequel movie had people waiting in line for a couple weeks, a month, whatever, and they're making a big party of it. I don't think you had any of that for the sequel trilogy. I really don't.
Oh no.
And I know you didn't
No.
have it for Rogue One or Solo.
No.
So
I will say when I saw the first sequel, what was it called? The Farce Awakens.
yeah, the Farce Awakens. Yeah,
They did do a little something at the little theater. I was in Columbia, South Carolina, I think at the time. They did some, like it had an event because I won a comic book by answering some questions. They had a little event that night, but that was it. It wasn't like people was camped out, but they did do some little special stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, I remember when I was involved with Star Trek fandom in the '80s, and of course, our club would always get called to say, "Hey, come on down for Star Trek 4 opening. We want to have the color. Come on down for Star Trek 5. Come on down for Star Trek 6." So we'd be wandering around in our Starfleet uniforms and looking like dorks, but getting our pictures taken with everybody because they thought it was cool because it was again the color of the whole thing, the flavor. But you don't really necessarily have that anymore.
Yeah. Well, what was it? I'm trying to see what was it. Maybe it was one of these movies. There was a scantily clad woman. And I'm trying to think which movie it was. I was like, "Holy shit, her ass is out." I can't think of it. Was it? Maybe it was the same thing in Force Awakens. Where I'm like, "Whoa!" I think it was. I think it was a slave Leia. I'm like, that has to be the last thing I see in the theater. I think it was a slave Leia. I'm like, oh, back when you could still say slave Leia because you can't no more, right?
Or Slave One.
Or Slave One, right? What do they call it? Some dumb shit.
Boba Fett's starship.
Boba Fett.
Or spaceship. Yeah. Boba Fett's
just
spaceship.
Like all that other shit. But Geode and all that. But man, her ass was out. So that first one still had some of that energy of fandom because we didn't know what we were going to get. And there was so much anticipation. That's why you had so many people. I was one of them who just, that was good because there was Star Wars stuff. And I just hadn't seen a Star Wars movie in 10 years. So I'm happy as clams to get anything. And there was people who were like, no, that was trash. Like, oh no, that was fun. I just had fun, and I didn't think about it too much. And I was that guy. I was that guy because it was slave Leia ass, it was popcorn, it was Star Wars. I wasn't thinking.
Now, important question here, serious question. How did that ass look?
It was nice, man. It was nice. And she didn't even she was kind of butterfacey, but I was like, whoa, you're packing, young lady.
Well, you weren't looking at the face, were you? You were looking at the...
I noticed. The face. I would like a better face, but with what you got, I'll take it. I mean, she was with a guy.
What was it? There was like I was at a comic book store. I can't remember if it was for like a free comic book day or something, but there was a Star Wars themed stuff, and they brought in all these Star Wars people. There was an overweight tranny running around dressed up as Padme Amidala, making an effort to go out of the way to get pictures and act all excited. Oh, they want my picture! They want my picture! You want my picture! You want my picture! It's like, tuck and run, please. Tuck and run.
Oh, nah, man. Nah.
Oh, wow.
I wish I had your slave Leia.
Yeah, man, I wish I had her too, but I unfortunately I was not. But yeah, it's a huge upgrade from that, man. Yeah. It's funny to remember the
you rather have
now that's going out of business.
Was that a Padme Amidala? You rather have one?
No, I'll take my slave Leia that I didn't get over that.
Leia. Yeah. Leia over all of them. Yes. Definitely.
She had a little booty on her. She had a nice booty on her.
Yeah, she did.
That nice size. So it was shout out to whoever that girl was in Columbia, South Carolina that day.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Oh no, she had a nice body too, obviously.
Yeah, of course, you could see her little birthmark that she had on her. Yeah.
Uh-oh. I didn't notice that.
Oh yeah, watch carefully. You can see it in the scene where they're on top and they're about ready to make the escape. It kind of floats around the little loincloth thing that she's wearing, and it's like, oh, it's a cute little birthmark.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. It's probably been censored from the modern shit.
Yeah, that probably happened. And she had the Coke nail too. So
Oh shit! it was the 80s, the early 80s.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
See, girls just like to have fun. What do you want? It was different. It was a different time. You know what? I wonder how much of an influence cocaine had on a lot of the good stuff that we got. Like, I think that was the reason these execs just let shit fly.
Yeah.
Like, now we have these straight laced, super corporate, super analytic numbers focus group execs. But in the 70s and the 80s, it was just like, yeah, we're making money, we're doing coke, we're fucking bitches. Just keep doing it, brother. We don't give a fuck. Oh, it didn't make money. We'll try another one. They didn't care. Because it was just everyone. It was a different energy. They didn't like.
Yeah, they were. A lot of them were risk takers, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, Roddenberry was a big drug taker, so I mean,
you had a lot of risk takers back then, man, and that's something you don't have now in entertainment. You don't got people that are willing to take a chance on something new. They think they can fucking make money off of something that's already established, and all it's doing is killing the canon in the meat. And I don't know, man. There's something got to give, man, and people are scared. We sitting there and rebooting everything, and half of the shit ain't even worth fucking rebooting because nobody's gonna watch it because nothing's better than the original.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, if your goal is not to fucking outdo the original, why play with it at all? And these people just want to do something because it's something to do, or they want to prove a point using something that's old and established to prove a current perspective. And I mean, it don't mean shit.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds preachy, and at the same time you're killing the IP.
Right.
So basically a lot of this being used as something to fucking politically piggyback on, and just express your point of view, through the arts, and basically and it shows on screen, and basically we're getting somebody's fucking thought process for a movie that has like nothing has one thing doesn't have nothing to do with the other.
Mm-hmm.
You want to show your feminist bullshit in a fucking Star Wars movie. What the fuck does that have to do with anything when Star Wars was for everybody?
Right. It was.
So fuck all that, man.
Yeah, and so was Star Trek.
It's damn near everything at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not leaving nothing alone. So that's where. That's why I have so much fatigue with talking about it, man. It's like, okay, man, there's still promising stuff, man. There's still you got to find the good when it happens. Since you did, I'm still looking for that palate cleanser.
I got it. I got this. I got the palate cleanser all ready to go right now.
All right, cue up that. Let's get on something positive.
There we go. There's a palate cleanser.
Hey, Slave, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was gonna be the birthmark shot, but it's probably best for the 24th channel that it was not.
Well, I had to be careful about that because when you put in Slave Leia in the search, you get some very interesting images.
I'm sure Rule 34 is full effect with Slave Leia.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Prime Time Key update for modern audience. We already are. We're already there. Not the LGBTQ audience, but you, people like you who enjoy good stuff. We're here for you. We're already updated and ready to go for you guys. The real because that's another thing. The modern audience is not really the modern audience, right? When they say modern audience, they mean themselves. The actual modern audience, as we see, they're into YouTubers, they're into Twitch, they're into a whole different other thing. They're not really into this shit. They're not watching. They're not coming out. They're not really getting the actual modern audience.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Logan Paul knows more about the modern audience in modern Hollywood. You know
that's scary.
I know he's not everyone's favorite cup of tea, and I use him, and he's probably a fan. I know, but because everyone is. But seriously, he's there. You go. But seriously, like, they don't really understand the modern audience. They use that, but no, they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And then since people bitch about slavery being wrong, man, Slave Leia looked cute, man. Golly, she looked cute back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And she
was gorgeous. She was gorgeous.
Socks, my man. There you go, Socks.
Mm-hmm.
Got good. Yeah, y'all got good taste, man. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, George Lucas had a thing for bondage. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like, look, George Lucas knew exactly what the fuck he was doing with Slave Leia.
And all the photo shoots she did for Rolling Stone on the beach wearing the outfit.
Oh yeah.
If Carrie Fisher was absolutely aghast by all that, which she wasn't, bulletin to all the modern day blue haired land whales flopping around. She had the figure. She didn't mind showing it off. It wasn't like she was running around naked.
Right.
Yeah. She was
in a bikini. Really?
You know what? Being attractive helps your job, which it does. Hey, it's not like they want motherfuckers that look like me to be the leading man in anything. It's funny how everybody looks like the fucking Rock or Thor or some shit like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. That's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Turns out attractive. You need to be attractive to be in Hollywood. Who knew? Who knew?
Yeah. I'm in the Buddy Hackett category of looks here.
Yeah, man.
Yo, what's up, Crumpus Jeebus?
Hell.
my boy Jeebus in the house, man. That's what's up.
He's constantly changed his name. It's Grumpus Jesus.
Yeah. He be having all kind of cool ass names, man. So that's So this is his holiday name. That's what's up, man. Some good shit, man. Great to have you here, brother, man. Socks, Socks, boy. Socks funny as shit, man.
I'll tell you one thing: pictures of Slave Leia got me through many a cold night. That's for sure.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you're hitting puberty about that time. You see Princess Leia like that, it's like cigarette. Oh my! It's so sad we lost her.
Yeah.
And even to her dying day, she was not repentant or saying anything bad about it. Being Slave Leia in that outfit. She sat back and said
oppressed. What are you talking about? You're just mansplaining.
Well, yeah, she took that chain and strangled Jabba to death, Made fat people like me nervous. It's like, oh, okay. She'll always be my princess.
Yeah, shout out to Princess Leia. R.I.P. Carrie Fisher. Socks is right. Long suffering's in here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, that's because she won't wear the slave outfit, the slave Leia outfit I got her.
Yeah, such a dildo gets it. She had internalized misogyny.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't want to see Rosie O'Donnell the slave Leia. No, I didn't want to see Rosie O'Donnell in the outfit she had on.
No, Rosie, no Rosie.
Like I said, we're just friends.
Yeah,
very
we're just
friends.
Friends.
She had that friend zone body, man. That body you got. Like I said, she would look better had she had more weight on her. She just had that tweeter, skinny fat, misshapen. It's like, just look weird, man. I can't. Big head, it's just like, nah, man. She looks like somebody who just lost a bunch of weight. That's what it is.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, she probably did. She probably did starve herself. When I get it's Hollywood. No, you should have just not took the role.
If I remember right, I was hearing stories that she really worked to get to that shape and all that. And then when the film was over, the first buffet that was in sight went out of business.
Right. Like, she shouldn't even have done that because she didn't look it. She just looked like, just don't do the movie. You have to do another movie because you don't have the body for this movie. You don't have the body for this role. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be that guy because even when you did it, you still didn't have the body because you don't have it. That's just how it is. You could have starved another 100 years. You would have never had the physique to do that role. And you didn't then, but everyone was on coke because it was the 80s, so they let you in. And they, she's a little skinny fat, but I got it, so fuck it. So that's how it happened. She works at the butcher's, right? El Falbo. You just texted me a second ago. Appreciate you being here.
Now that's a woman to have. Someone who works
at the butcher.
Get the good cuts of meat.
That's what's up, man. Shit, Matt from Fireball Productions, man. Great to have you here, brother. Thank you, man. Holy shit. Yeah, man. Hey, man. I gotta communicate. You gotta come here to communicate with Vidge.
I just text you back. My bad.
Veg.
Well, it show. Hey, at least I'm paying attention and trying to focus on this podcast. Okay, welcome to Nowhere.
There you go.
Exactly.
We gotta do the culture crime fighters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a stand up. I guess I'm not stand up. How about that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, what a coincidence. I'm sorry. I'm doing the same podcast I've done like 50 straight weeks or whatever. Not that much, but like 20 straight weeks. So yeah, at the same time, I'm doing the same thing. How about that? What a coincidence of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I miss being on Foul Ball's channel.
Oh, the Medford?
Yeah, man.
I've never been on
that shit, man. That was some good stuff right there, man.
Yeah. No, I got shit at work, so I can't. That's the reason. Yeah, because I would do it live maybe. That's what she said. Maybe next week, but I'm training somebody this week. So it's like it's rough. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm sorry, I'm on a live stream.
You're getting roasted, I tell you.
Yeah, Matt. Doesn't he? Like, I'm glad such a dildo gets it. Like, what in the world?
I need my little buddy. Where's my little buddy? Where's my vigilante? He left me.
Yeah, man. I do this show, which again, I don't know, man. We'll talk.
Yeah.
Try to show respect to the chat. Sorry that makes you bang. No, you're good, man. You're good.
You're doing yeah. It's good for a laugh.
We're good.
But you got to remember, you're in the same chat as Cynthia Dildo.
Yeah.
Beware.
I take responsibility. Well, that's good. You should. Isn't that crazy? That was a thing that a bunch of celebrities thought if we just shoot some black and white shit of us saying I'll take responsibility, that had any impact on culture at all. That's crazy. We all forgot about that and like make a joke.
Yeah.
But like that was a whole thing.
It was. I forgot about that.
Aggressive phase.
Sentient.
Well, that's some classic shit right here, man.
I'm having more fun watching the chat now. I mean, this is. We have the best chat, I tell you. Look at that. The craziest people. Is there any other articles we want to talk about, or?
Yeah, it's getting close to 2 hours.
Yeah, I was probably not, man.
Okay, no problem. Just to reiterate what the other ones are. It sucks. You suck. That's basically what the articles are all about. Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier. That's how we ended up with Fat Rose, with skinny Fat Rosie O'Donnell. At least led us to here. But
yeah, it was just an offhanded comment and 24 runs with it.
But no, but part of the reason is because all these articles are just gloom and doom. Hey, they're gonna fuck up Last of Us. Hey, they're gonna fuck up Easy Rider. Hey, they fucked up Willow. Hey, they fucked up this. It's like, all right, everything's fucked up. Yeah, we know. That's all they're doing for fucking a decade damn near now at this point.
So let's show some fucked up pictures of Rosie O'Donnell.
No. Let's stay with hot 80s chicks, man. Let's stick it there, man.
Oh,
I don't think hot take, women were hotter back then.
Yeah.
Hot take, man. All the makeup and the STDs, these girls today just don't look as good, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was
makeup stuff, the tutorials and shit. Everyone kind of has the same looking face. Girls back then were a little hotter, man.
And when a lot of them put their makeup on, it's like they're putting clown makeup on.
Yeah, man.
I mean, honestly, that's what it is. It's like, no, I tell you.
I'm so serious, young lady. Come on, man. You don't need that much makeup, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. And
when you see the face imprint on the pillow, it's like,
yeah, man. So now you're like 26 looking 46 because you got the saggy makeup face. It's not good.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Wow.
And they don't properly clean it off. They leave it on and it just. Then you got is Tammy Faye Baker.
I mean, I'm sorry. I have to say it because I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm saying you use less makeup. Your natural face is better. I know it's not going to get the most Instagram. You know what I mean? It's like what we were just talking about with numbers and art. And I was talking about the print stuff, how the entertainment industry was different in the 80s. We were also different, man. We are all we're a little bit more analytical in the way we think about things, especially us being YouTubers. Oh, what the numbers are, what the views, this, that, and third. So even as people, you're going to do things for social media a lot more often. The average person does. They do things for social media. So you may look a way that social media improves on that actually makes you less attractive over the course of years because it's not really good for you and it doesn't really look like you. So that's the thing. We've always, I'll toss on makeup, toss on some filters, hit social media, get a bunch of adoration. It's like, okay, cool, but you're not really you anymore when you do that. So that's my little critique. I know I'm mansplaining and all this, but I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying?
Well, makeup was supposed to be an enhancement, not the overall. It was it was supposed to highlight certain parts of the faces and stuff like that, and not be a new face completely on there. I mean, I'm lucky. I mean, I'm really lucky because the long-suffering Mrs. Tag, she doesn't wear makeup and she doesn't need it, and I'm very happy about that. And I think the big reason why is that she doesn't really wear makeup that doesn't affect the skin that much. Her face is just perfectly fine the way it is. In fact, the first time I met her, I actually looked at her going, "Wow, you're not wearing makeup." And it's like, because I thought maybe it was, you see the pictures and all that, and come up there, it's like, wow, it's like, this is all natural. And that, and that's what proper makeup is supposed to do, is make it look natural, not make it look like you are wearing, Tammy Faye Baker. Yeah, like a mask, exactly.
And I know that's what such a dildo's throwing back. You wear a mask, don't go throwing stuff. And so do these women. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Both of us wearing masks. I don't walk out. Shit, I got a fucked up looking face.
Remember
right now. But
Vigilante Williamson is a mysterious crime fighter. He's got to keep his identity secret so the criminals don't know. That's why he wears a mask. Yes, the ever mysterious Vigilante Williamson.
See, he gets it. But like, even as my secret identity, when I'm out and about, I'm not like in a mask. I didn't wear a mask when they made us wear masks. So. I don't know, man. I don't know. I went on a tangent. But yeah, as far as articles, man, everything's terrifying. Everything's fucked up. There's going to be good stuff made. Sometimes we'll hear about it.
Yeah.
I know a lot. I am so behind on stuff that people have said is good. I still want to see that was a Werewolf by Night from like a month or so ago. There's a bunch of stuff I want to see. So yeah.
Actually, the makeup tutorials would come from my daughters. Or my one daughter, she was big into with the makeup and all that. Watching all these YouTube tutorials on stuff. And
that's what YouTube wants to be. It's just a hub for makeup tutorials. That's the stuff that makes them the most money outside of like corporate stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Screw the creators.
Yeah, if you're not doing makeup tutorials, you don't belong on this platform.
Yeah, that's probably what we should do while we're talking about this stuff. Doing makeup tutorials.
Oh shit.
Well, it looks like we're at the 2-hour mark, and we've survived this long without having the plug pulled us. That is amazing.
They tried with 24, they kept messing with
it. Oh yeah. Well, that's because Cynthia Dildo called ice, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
She's got to quit doing that.
Yeah.
Gotta quit doing that.
Yeah, Sock, is anybody watching Tulsa King?
No, I don't have Paramount Plus.
Actually, I'm trying to see if I can take a jab at that, man. I think my brother has Paramount Plus, so I'm gonna take a stab at it and check it out, man. So fandom made me do it. There you go, Sentient.
It's because the conservatism.
Yeah, man,
of
you
the
guys are
fandom.
fucking hilarious. I've been sitting over here fucking cracking up, man. Holy shit. But yeah, man.
Take
Foul
the
ball
jab.
says I won't take any jab. There you go. Yeah, I won't either, man. Sure right about that, brother.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. You guys want to plug in anything?
Coach Crown Fires tomorrow. About to record it probably soon, unless Matt drives out to Houston and kills me.
It was nice knowing you, Vidge.
So yeah, unless that happens. But no. We got that. And then 100th episode of Vigilante Winston's show. I guess I now have a time and a place.
Right.
Tuesday, was it 10 o'clock?
Central Standard Time.
Central Standard. I gotta make it with way work. I just gotta force myself to make it because I've been missing some episodes. It's just how tired I've been. But yeah, it'll be the 100th episode, and then from there, I'm probably gonna do a lot more gaming streams. And I want to talk to both. Since everyone's here at once, if Matt is still here, I kind of want to talk to both of you guys about just like not doing every single week personally, just because I'm tired from work. I mean, hopefully work will slow down, but like part of me just being so fatigued with just these conversations. It's cool to see. We should do more conversation with just a cute girl in the background, just sitting there. Like, it just makes it a little bit more common. There's some music in the background. It doesn't feel so pressured. But it's just like, man, I can't talk about this shit every week. Even I thought I could do once a week, and we had some cool conversations. We talk, we still had a cool conversation today. This is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm about to have a cool conversation with Matt. But it's just sometimes just like, man, I just don't, I don't want to do this. Yeah, I since you did, I guess I have a headache. I'm not in the mood. Just like, I mean, just like, because all of it is just absurd, man. Absurd. I really want to. Not only do I want to do more gaming stuff, I want to play more video games. I know a lot of people criticize video games, and I understand why people criticize video games. And in fact, my reason for wanting to play more games is probably worthy of critique, but it is indeed escapism. Gaming has a lot of issues, by the way. Because all the games that have ever existed still exist, you can always that's the one thing about games. It's a more replicatable experience. It's not quite the same as playing it the first time. Nothing's like your first time with any experience. But when you go through and play an old game that you love, you still have to experience some of the things that you liked from your initial playthrough. Well, if you watch a movie, sometimes you can get that, but it's not quite the same. Yeah, God of War, Ragnarok is good. I've been meaning to get that on PS4. I've been meaning to just play that because that's in my living room. And then I got the Steam on the PC. And I want to do more gaming streams. I keep having issues with the retro gaming. Maybe just play some more modern games. Because with Steam is easy. And just, that's fun. And then if you follow my streams, and I know 24 mentioned them, mentioned that he did, I would do these gaming streams, and we were still talking about a lot of these subjects or other subjects or life subjects or dating or other people's experiences in the chat. People in the chat would just tell their experience, and we just go off of that. And we still have really interesting, cool conversations with gaming as just the backdrop. It really wasn't about the games. It was kind of just about the conversations we had. And I was very. That felt more like the hobby stuff, man. I'm at a point, if I get to 100 episodes, it's like, okay, you've done this stream. I think my first one was September 2020 is when I did the first one before I think I even knew everybody, or I was just meeting a lot of people in the fandom. And I just said, I'm just going to do a stream. Because I wanted to do daily, but I never could do it except for the little stretch at end of 2021 when I did. I didn't mean to take over the show. But I feel like I had to take it over. This ended. But I wanted to like, okay, if I get to 100, I don't know if I'm supposed to do this by then. And now that I'm at 100, it's like I still don't really know what I should be doing. And I don't feel like I want to just like complain about this stuff. I really feel like I want to create, and I want to spend some more of my time creating. And I feel like gaming gives me something easy I could just do on stream and still have some of the stuff from talking, but then I can still have the time to do whatever the hell else I want to do. But I still want to do this stuff too. So I'm just trying to like, I don't know how I'm gonna fit that in, but that's kind of the goal for my channel and me for the near future. And I still want to do a music channel, and that's kind of what I want to focus more on, is doing stuff for that and just doing more music so I can have more stuff to have for that. So I know I just took over the thing, but this is kind of what I said this on my last episode on my channel. That's what I think it was Zach's brought up earlier, and I'm saying this now. I'm not it's you as me, but I'm just like at a point where, okay, I got to do this. This has to be more hobbyistic. I'm not saying I don't want this to do something else, because I do. I still want to create, but I'm like, okay, this part has to be more in the hobby space, and I'm going to force it there. And so I'm still going to do these shows, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it every week. And then as you kind of see, they both happen the same day, my same off day, which is Sunday. So that's, and I'm like, and you guys have both accommodated me for doing that. You know what I mean? There have been times where the shows were a bit different times. So, and I mean, I feel weird, but at the same time, everyone in the chat, you guys have been supporting me for a long time, and we've been all supporting each other for a long time. Right. Everyone on the panel, same thing. So it's like, okay, you guys are my friends. You guys are the people who experience Vigilante Ways, and when I do this every day or every week or whatever. So you guys are the people to talk to, because you are all a part of this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to fit in my life better and do it trying to get everything done. Again, a lot of it's because I work a lot, and that's its own thing. And hopefully that will chill, and that'll make things easier. But for where I am right now, it's like I only have so many hours a day, so many hours a week. I sleep up my weekends. How in the hell am I supposed to get everything I'm supposed to get? I want to get done. So hopefully some of that made sense. That's kind of where my thoughts are with that. So I'm sorry to ramble, take off the show. But that's you know how you ask, what are you doing this week? That's the answer. That's the answer.
Oh, you good, brother. Yeah, I understand it, man.
Shit, and that was a short answer too.
Yeah, man. It could have went another 3 hours.
Nah, it's all good, man. Yeah, we understand, man. So, but shit, man, we're here with you and we're here for you, man. So yeah, it's all good, man.
Amen.
Yeah, man. Always.
Yeah. Shit. I appreciate that.
And what about you, Baron?
Well, of course, obviously the Primetime Kings next Sunday. Definitely that. Wednesday, I'll be at the Pacific site. Pacific 414 is having a live watch-along of Tombstone. We'll be watching and doing commentary on the film as we're going along. I think Master Paul is doing Tuesday Night Trek, I hope, on Tuesday. And I'm kind of doing a little revamp on my with what I'm planning on doing. So hopefully I'll have more information about that as we go along.
Jamie. That's not how it spells, Zach. What are you feeling? Why you spell it like that?
Yeah, we broke Vig.
You got it. Wasn't man. All this stuff. You know who helped break me, man? I think Ye broke me, man. I think when I woke up and I saw that, I said, you know what? This is. I know we use Clown World, but like this is actual fucking Clown World. This is actually a fucking.
Oh, you watched that whole interview with him?
I didn't watch 1 second of it. I saw the clips that Matt put out. I saw the fucking the image of his.
How he started acting like he was like a puppeteer.
I saw the stuff for him in his. That's nothing. He making the mask look crazy. And I'm like, damn, I'm glad that's not my fucking gimmick, or else I'd be fucking looking crazy right now.
Yeah, so I mean, he like that old dominatrix, like let's say you'd ripped off the mask, it'd have been like Channing Tatum and this the end of the world or whatever. You remember when they had his ass on Dog, that was fucked up, man.
Man. But yeah, I just all this stuff. I was like, oh, I'll do sports, and then it's like, oh, it's the same. It's just another front of the culture war. You know what I'm saying? It's sports. And it's like it's every you can't. It's soaked into everything. It's like it's everywhere. And I'm just trying to get away from it. What the fuck is that one movie with the smoke outside? And it's just like you can't get the fog or some shit. Sorry, whatever it is, like you. That's what it's like. It's like this huge, inescapable blob of nonsense that I'm trying to avoid and temper when I exist. It's such a dildo. Stop that. That's so fucked up. But you want to know something? Disney, for all out of all the people that didn't get canceled, Walt Disney is like, he was like really, he would have been happy with what he saw with Kanye. He would have been like, yeah, finally someone saying it. Like Walt Disney was way mega into those guys. Like way mega. You think Kanye likes those guys. Walt Disney hired those type of motherfuckers. And like no one says anything. We just leave that out of culture. They've been allowed to buy and destroy every element of culture. And they were literally read by a Yahtzee sympathizer. And that's just totally left out of the story. I'm like, oh, Walt Disney, my childhood cartoons. This dude was like a complete, he made Kanye West look like, I can't even think of a thing. You can think of something. Someone who's not Kanye West. I can't think of anything. And I'm not that good off the top. But yeah, man. If Pacific 414 says I'm right about culture war being everywhere, yeah, it's getting pushed everywhere.
Yeah,
I can't escape it.
And that's usually the biggest sign that they're losing, because if they're pushing so hard, it means that they're losing control. And of course, with Elon having Twitter and all that, that really opened that up with their going nuts. So
yeah,
I think that should make it a little bit feeling better. That fact that them pushing so hard means that they're running out of steam. They're losing traction, and I think it is. So let's hope. I mean, all praise to Elon for exposing even more of the insanity that's been out there.
Yeah. Even though I wouldn't go all praise because he wants to put a Neuralink in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about Twitter. I'm just talking about Twitter.
But yeah, he's ready to start that up in 6 months?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I thought that.
Very interesting, man. But
oh yeah, he's very unique.
but yeah, man. Shit. Other than that, any last words, man? You guys are good?
I am fine, actually. Keep warm. That's what I gotta say.
Yeah, man.
I know me. Shit. I'll just be dropping videos, man. Hopefully, you guys get a chance to catch my Ghost Rider video I dropped today about how it's going to be in development over at Disney Plus at this point. And it's not going to be. Oh my goodness. So yeah, man. Hopefully you guys check out the videos, man. I appreciate y'all, looking out for your boy, man, and having my back and everything. And just want to say thank y'all for supporting all of us and being there, to check us out together and individually. Man, appreciate that. And just wanted to holy smogolas.
Shout out to the sex chat box. We were talking
about. There we go.
Some Princess Leia, they say, "Oh, it's time to sex chat."
Might have been about to Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, they came in there pretty quick. Yeah, man. But, I just wanted to say thank y'all for looking out for us, man, and we definitely look forward to catching up with y'all again this weekend. So,
yeah, man.
Other than that, we're gonna go ahead and take off, man. Just want to thank everybody and. Just want to tell everybody, man, we love y'all, man. So y'all take it easy, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we look forward to catching up with y'all next week. So this is Baron Norman Tag, Vigilante Williamson. I'm your boy 24/7. And we're the Primetime Kings. And we out.
Peace.
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 No more Rosie, please.
No.